that was like the album that was just incredible. And it's like half an hour long with 14 tracks on it. It's proper punk. Yeah, I absolutely love that. But yeah, this tune, Mr. Happy, I mean, this band generally, but this tune is just dance around the place, singing along. It's instantly catchy. It's fantastic to listen to. Proper, punky, pop punky, naughty 90s vibe going on. And yeah, it's class. They're a class band, and really, I think we discovered them through Riff Taff. Actually, I think they're in the Riff Taff group. Oh, nice. And yeah, they're just phenomenal. Really good band.
So speaking of Riff Taff, this is a very, very quick sidetrack. Mike and myself were talking to Ivan last weekend during the show, and just chatting back and forth. And I made a comment, and this is not a bad one, by the way. This is a good one. So for any of you who've seen the movie The Kingsman: Secret Service, tell me when you watch that movie, if you haven't seen it yet, but if you have seen the movie, tell me Merlin does not look like Ivan, and that's a good thing too. The character Merlin. So
I remember that. We were like, "Who's that guy?" And you showed us a picture. I was like, "Oh yeah."
And so, sidetrack done for now. So next up is a brand new band. Again, this is one of your submissions, Mike. This is Dorja.
Fantastic. Let's play it and talk about it afterwards. I love these guys.
All right. So the song's called "Not in Your Shadow." Dig this.
Sense of myself, I've got enough in my soul. Soon you'll see me where I stand, not in your shadows, not in your shadow no more. No more, no more, no more. Hear me speak.
Right on, Dorja, Not in Your Shadow. Man, that was a great tune, and I I think we include them, and if not, we should have our hashtag Women of Rock. And well, man, what a great voice she has. Reminded me like early '70s, you know, like Heart and stuff. Like a really, really good. I really could dig that.
You know, I absolutely love Heart. I bought my brother a Heart record for his birthday last month. He didn't know who they were. I was like, oh, mate, you've got this. Yeah, he was like, what is this random thing? I was honestly really like it. It was actually an obscure 80s record they did. It wasn't one of the classic ones, but it's really good. Yeah, Dorja I mean, for me, there's a real kind of skunk and Nancy thing going on in her voice, and then it's just, I mean, this is the kind of, I don't want to say ballad, but this is the quiet tune, if you like, on the album, on the EP, and that is loud. Like, it's not really a quiet tune. It's absolutely pure heavy rock, hard rock. I didn't realise actually when we were talking about them last week. So I think one of them's out in LA, one of them's in Belgium, one's in the UK, and they're sort of spread around. And they came over, you know, they just kind of meet up occasionally, rehearse for a few days, and play some gigs. And they launched this EP yesterday, and I think they played 3 or 4 gigs this week after doing a couple of rehearsals earlier in the week. And then I presume they're all, you know, going off again. I don't know how they write together or do anything, but whatever they're doing, it works, because it was absolutely phenomenal. The whole EP is excellent, and they're well worth checking out in more detail. They're absolutely brilliant.
Well, you know, speaking of spread out, there's one band I have been to play since you've been on the show from the UK called the Dead Sea Navigators. And these guys are super cool. It's like mainly piano, bass, and drums. There's like not really any guitar, and if it is, it's like infused sort of thing. But it's really cool. And Steph who's a singer for Dead Sea Navigators, has been living in Vancouver, BC for the past, I think, like at least 4 years. Because his better half got a job there, so he's been living there with her. So he goes back every once in a while. He goes back to record, or they send stuff back and forth via email. Gets some studio time. He goes back home to visit, records, and goes back to Vancouver again. And so
that's amazing.
Yeah, really cool stuff. And like I said, I got it planned for next week to put it in, because these guys, man, Mike, you have to hear. These guys are really, really cool. I've interviewed Steph a few times, and he's been on the Bones Banter Hour. Like, he was a lot of fun. And cool guy, but really, really cool band. So
awesome. Oh, yeah, definitely want to hear that.
Yeah. Next up is a band. We're going to be going with Box Tape. And Mike, this is another one of your submissions. So I'll let you cue this one up.
Yes. Well, Box Tape were at one point my new favourite band. Obviously, that changes weekly, so they held it for that week. In fact, they might have been the first one. I mean, that was never an intentional thing. I just kept saying it. But Box Tape released a fantastic single last year. They put a video out for possibly the best Christmas song I've ever seen, which I think was called Cats and Trees, or Cats Plus Trees, which is just awesome. It was almost, I mean, I would argue, if I was going to be objective, it's probably better than Fairy Tale of New York, but because my whole heritage and family is Irish, I kind of have to go with the Pogues, the best Christmas song ever. But it's up there, man. Anyway, I'm completely sidetracking when we didn't play it yet. This track came out, I think it was the day after, a couple of days after, or around the time of last week's show, so it's fresh this week. It's really, really cool. It's about Apollo Creed, and I got slightly confused and thought that was some sort of, I'm not really a gamer, I thought that was some sort of game, but that's Assassin's Creed. Apollo Creed is obviously the boxer in Rocky, and it suddenly all made sense when the guy that played that character actually retweeted a link to this song earlier in the week. I was like, oh, cool. So yeah, this is Box Tape, fantastic song.
just before we get to it, man, he's got a couple more little sidetracks, and just funny, there's I can't remember the name of the band, but there's an indie band. I know I have it, so I'll have to look it up, but they have a song called Tony Danza.
Right.
And it's pretty funny, man. And there's another band that does a song called Antonio Banderas, and they're both actually really cool tunes. I'll dig those up, and the band names will have those for next week. But they're pretty funny and like good tunes though. So here we go with Box Tape. The song's called The Greatest. Dig this.
I'm sorry if this is dull, me fangirling in a song, but I feel it's worth voicing. These films that are helping me succeed, specifically free. His character was the greatest. My choice is unorthodox. I feel you left a red name. His character is made up. Once I wanted to be a boxer, now it's fuck. So I want to be the greatest. Normally I'm not one for violence, but he was the grandmaster of his crafted disaster in the end. His influence endures, conjuring thoughts. Can I even be the greatest? One day I met Apollo, that girl turned up again. Swirling mass. Found it hard to swallow and speak completely. It probably wasn't the greatest day of my life, but it set a reminder to find inspiration in what you can. Don't apologize for what you love. Just love, just love, just love.
Box tape, the greatest. Hashtag women of rock. She has a great voice, man, and very soft, and kind of remind me a little bit of Beth Gibbons from Portishead. And really enjoyed the track. It flowed really well. I mean, I love the bridge. I mean, that was very impressive, actually. I mean, and pull that together, because it was, even though it was kind of seeming easy flow, there's a lot of different stuff in there that kind of make it sit out. And I can't point them all out, but it was a great tune nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a fantastic band. And they do some really interesting stuff. They put a lot of videos up and stuff, about like songwriting process and things like that, which is really cool. Actually, it's sometimes I'm not always a fan of that, because not a lot of people, not being rude, but not a lot of people do it that well. But these guys do it really well. Not the songwriting. Not a lot of people do the video stuff really well. But these guys actually do it really well, and it's really engaging and really interesting. I think they might be husband and wife. They're certainly together. And I was fortunate enough to meet them a few months ago at one of the Riff Taff events, and I just think they're absolutely fantastic. It's an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar and vocals, and that's it. So all those drum noises you hear is percussion on the acoustic guitar, which I love when people do that. When we played Chuck S.J. Haley the other week, she does a lot of that live, which is fantastic, and these guys do as well. And yeah, it's absolutely class, and the kind of blend of sounds is really nice. And I've said before, they remind me, they've got kind of a folky vibe going on for me, so it reminds me of Steel Ice Band, who I was fortunate enough to see a few years ago, and that sort of stuff, and old kind of Sandy Denny stuff. But then it's also quite progressive, and there's timing changes, and like you said, that bridge is fantastic. That sort of breakdown, bridgey bit in the middle. Just really, really great band. Really, really interesting. I haven't quite managed to catch them live yet, but I really do want to, because I bet they've got a fantastic show. And they're just really nice people that play really good music. So win-win.
Yeah, right.